Welcome. Today, we're diving into a philosophy that's all about tackling that one thing that holds so many of us back, just not doing anything. We're going to talk about how to get past laziness and really spark a life that's full of purpose.
So let me start by asking you a really important question. When you think about the single biggest thing standing between you and what you want to achieve, what is it? Is it your job? Other people? Just take a second and really think about it. What do you think is your greatest enemy?
While the philosophy we're exploring today has a pretty direct and maybe even a tough answer, the greatest enemy we face isn't something out there. It's an internal fight. It's a battle against our own laziness. And that's what we're going to focus on, how to understand and finally win against this enemy inside.
Okay, so let's start by really defining what this enemy is. In this first part, we're going to unpack the destructive side of laziness and see what really happens when we just let it take over.
This is such a great way to think about it. Imagine a piece of iron, right? If you just leave it out, what happens? It rusts. It falls apart. The same exact thing is true for our minds and our bodies. When we do nothing, we start to lose our edge, our strength. But on the flip side, think about a machine that's always running. It stays polished, strong, and efficient. So action doesn't just prevent the rust, it actually makes you sharper and stronger. And that brings us to a really crucial point. If doing nothing leads to decay, well, then it's pretty clear that taking action is the only way to grow. So let's dig into how our own efforts do more than just get stuff done. They actually shape our entire future.
You know, we tend to think of luck as this random thing that just happens. But this philosophy says, nope, that's not it at all. Good fortune isn't some gift that falls out of the sky. It's something you actively create. It comes directly from hard work and your own effort. And here's the key part. If you just sit around waiting for your luck to show up, your luck literally falls asleep. You have to be the one to wake it up by taking action.
Okay, now we're getting to the real heart of this philosophy, which is laid out in what are called two diamond sutras. They're called that because, just like a diamond, these ideas are incredibly valuable, and they can cut right through all the confusion to show you a clear path.
The first one is, wow, it's incredibly direct. Laziness is the suicide of a living person. Just let that sink in. It's a huge statement. It's framing laziness not just as being unproductive, but as a kind of slow self-destruction. By choosing to do nothing, we are essentially letting our own potential and our power just rust away while we're still alive.
So, if laziness is the disease, what's the main symptom? The second suture nails it. It's procrastination. It's that voice that's always saying, I'll do it later. And the cure, then, is just as clear. Do it now. Doing what needs to be done, right here, right now. This isn't just some productivity tip. It's the very first step to actually gaining control of your own mind.
Let's break that down into something super simple you can use today. It's just 2 steps, that's it. First, figure out what you need to do. Get clear on the task. And second, this is the most important part. Start immediately. Don't wait until you feel like it or for the perfect time. Just take one tiny step right now. That action is what starts to build momentum.
We've talked about the problem and the solution, but what's the real reward? What are we actually striving for when we embrace a life of action? It turns out it's about something way deeper than just getting more done.
I love this slide because it shows a really fascinating contrast. Think about it. There are 2 different kinds of rest. There's the rest you get from doing nothing all day. It often leaves you feeling kind of empty and bored, right? But then there's the rest that you get after a day of hard, meaningful work. That kind of rest feels completely different. It's deep, it's satisfying, you've earned it, and it brings this incredible sense of real happiness.
And this, right here, is the ultimate reward. The goal isn't just to be busy, it's to be engaged in action that matters to you. When you fill your days with purpose, that deep feeling of self-satisfaction you get, that's described as true heaven. It's a state of being that you build for yourself one action at a time. And it's so important to know where these powerful ideas come from. This whole philosophy is inspired by the teachings of Yuga Rishi Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya ji. He was a thinker who spent his life trying to inspire people to move away from inaction and towards a life of real progress and fulfillment. So, we'll end on this thought. Laziness isn't some permanent part of who you are. It's a choice you make from one moment to the next. And if that's true, it means action is also a choice. The power is completely in your hands. So the question isn't about tomorrow or next week. It's about right now. What's one choice you'll make today to give your life a little momentum?